Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to the discussion. My name is Stephen Tamba and I'm your host. The short discussion is about young people, older people. It doesn't matter how old you are. We have the topic to talk about. For today's episode, which is my very first episode, and we're going to be talking about Liberia, where I'm from. You can tell my accent too. But before I jump into our topic today, I would love to give a brief history about Liberia. Now, Liberia is one of the smallest countries in the world, one of the oldest countries in West Africa, and yet it is one of the poorest countries in West Africa. For many years, people have been trying to focus on changes, and these changes have not happened yet. So now the question is, what can we do as a nation to start seeing some changes? So that leads to our topic of the day. What are 10 things that we as people or as a nation need to do in Liberia in order for us to see some positive changes? So let's get into it. Now, the number one thing on our list that we need to do as people or as a nation is to love Liberia. Now, when I say love Liberia, I'm saying we need to be able to love everything about Liberia. We need to be able to love the art of Liberia. We need to be able to love the music. We need to be able to love each other as Liberians. Also for the government, we need to love our country enough to put our country interests before investors. Okay? Businesses come to Liberia, they ask for whatever, they get whatever they want, but we do not protect the future of the Liberian people. Now, second on my list is we need to take pride in Liberia. When you're proud of something, you defend it. So those are characteristics that we as people, as a nation, need to have. Third on my list, this is one of the most important ones, is self-dependency. Okay, for many years we have not depended on ourselves. Okay, when I turn TV on, most cases, try to see what's going on in Liberia, I hear our government official, when they give a speech, within 10 sentences, they might use international support 30 times.
The United States, the international community.
We need to change those things. If we don't change it, we might well just name Liberia International Committee of Liberia. Because that's why it sounds to me like international community should fix everything for us. Okay? We need to be self-dependent. Government need to be able to use our resources to fix things that is going to help the Liberian people. And also the Liberian people. Okay? We need to start crying and depending on the government to fix things. If your street is dirty, get up and clean it. If your backyard got a gutter in it that we call it swamp, it's up to you to go there and clean that swamp. We need to stop waiting for people to come and fix us. So the fourth thing on my list, which is very important too, our election system. Okay, we need to change our election process. Listen, 2017 is coming. Everybody and their grandmother is going to run for president in Liberia. Trust me, by 2016, end of 2016, we're going to have over 20 candidates that want to be president in Liberia. Now, this is a country that is small, very small, almost the size of Ohio. But we got 20 people who think the only way they can help Liberia is to become president. Take a second, think about it. People come there just want to be greedy. Constitution. Now, I'm a Liberian. Yet I haven't read the Liberian Constitution. I've been all on Google trying to find it. First of all, we need to make our Constitution available to the population so they can know their rights. And secondly, we need to change things in the Constitution that is not working. For example, we have a president that rules for 6 years. Why? Why should we have one idea to rule our country for 6 years? One person with one idea that is not changing it, but should be president for 6 good years. I think we need to visit that, cut that down to 4. We need to use our resources to benefit the Liberian people. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. We need to use our resources to benefit the Liberian people. And I'm going to give a good example, Firestone. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. When it comes down to producing tires. In the United States, Firestone is a huge company. Okay? But if you go to Liberia, Firestone do not have a single company in Liberia that produces rubber in Liberia. But They get over 40% of their natural resources from Liberia. So how is fasting ever going to protect Liberian interests? If a civil war comes in Liberia, all fasting have to do is pack and leave. After the civil war, they come right back and keep doing what they're doing. We're not using our resources in the right place. We're not using it to benefit the Liberian people. We're giving foreigners all our resources and getting nothing back. No job. So we need to use our resources to benefit Liberian people. Invest in education. Okay, now, I don't know how I can stress on this piece, but education is very important. Now, I'm not saying classroom education. I'm not saying everyone should go and get a degree. I'm not saying everyone should go to high school and graduate in order to be educated. No. But there are so many ways we can educate our population on things. We need to invest in education. If it's trade jobs, whatever, we have more young population that are not in school, don't have no type of skills, and they are just on the street. Now, that's the future. Okay, we don't close the gap between them by giving them something to do. These are people that are just going to be on the street and waiting and ready to do anything at any time that will contribute to destruction. We need to build a community that's training people to be part of a community. And we can do it. We have the resources to do it. Create jobs. Okay? Let's give people something to do. You have more Liberians in Liberia that are putting stuff on their head to carry for foreign business owners in Liberia. Now, I went to Liberia. I walked down the whole Brushkit area. I bet it's 2 stores in Liberia that are owned by Liberians. Foreigners are taking everything. Once again, they go back to seeking and protecting Liberian people's interests. Maybe one day we just might get up and we'll be selling Liberia. Who knows? But we need to create jobs. It's accountable government. We live in a country where officials still can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. People need to be accountable. People need to be responsible. And people need to be punished for their act. Now, the very last thing on my list is something that we have done that's a big mistake that we have done, and we need to correct those mistakes and make sure it doesn't happen again. We need to learn how to implement the law through the justice system. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is very important because we went through civil war in Liberia. We had a lot of warlords in Liberia, and after the civil war, we reward those warlords with government position or just let them be. I'm going to refer back to a couple people, Prince Johnson, Bonake, even the president of Liberia. Okay? We need to be able to apply the justice system to everyone. If somebody killed thousands of people during the war and then find God, let God be his judge. Let God forgive him. But the justice system of Liberia should not forgive that person. It should go through the system. Now, yes, a lot of people killed in Liberia. Everyone participated in the war indirectly or directly. But we have those people who are leaders of groups. Those people need to go to the justice system. We need to be able to implement the system, the justice system, in a way that no one is above the law. Get out from the books, okay? Laws on the paper are just laws on the paper. Until we can implement these laws, until we can punish the people who commit these crimes in Liberia, our justice system is nothing. And when there's no justice system, there's no fear of punishment, there will always be crime. People will do things until they can get away with it. We are not outlaw people. We need to create and implement laws so people and citizens of Liberia can know that there's a consequence to the things that we do. Now, those are my 10 things. Let us know how you feel about our 10 things that we need to do to change Liberia.